All your favorite products under one roof in Bahrain at 27-year-old Megamart and Macromart. To have a wonderful shopping experience, please visit your nearest Megamart Macromart branch. Megamart and Macromart, full of goodness.
With our stunning collection of fine jewelry, gemstones, pearls and diamonds, fine pieces in timeless designs and unspoken elegance. Al Siraj Jewelry, our story, our pride.
NEC Remit. Send money online to India. Credit in seconds with great rates. Download NEC Remit app now.
വിഷമിക്കണ്ട, എല്ലാം ശരിയാവും.
ലുലു മണി സ്നേഹപൂർവ്വം.
A seasoned swimmer who represented her country twice at the world's foremost sports competition. A skilled financial analyst and a humanist who has dedicated her passion and profession for a cause. Samira Al-Bitar. The two-time Olympic swimmer from Bahrain, Samira was one of the first Muslim women representing an Arabian Peninsula country to swim in the Olympic Games. Then she swam for Bahrain in the 50-meter freestyle at the 2004 Summer Olympics. She completed the 50-meter race with a personal best of 31 seconds. And she again represented the country at the 2008 Summer Olympics in Beijing and won her heat in the 50-meter freestyle. Ever since, she's moved to the world of triathlon and has continued to be a positive force in the region as well as a standout athlete. A Bachelor of Business Administration, Finance and Sports Management from the George Washington University in Washington, D.C., Samira currently works as a financial analyst and infrastructure advisory at Ernst & Young. Passionate about the ocean, she was formerly the Skills Development Executive at Bahrain's pioneering water safety agency, the Royal Life Saving Bahrain. She was primarily assigned the responsibility to implement the water safety strategy with a focus on the skills-related strategies of teaching swimming in the country during her tenure. And this October, the Bahrain Star has assumed her responsibility both as a woman and a human, sporting herself as the ambassador for the Think Pink's Dinar for Distance Challenge, encouraging and inspiring others to spread awareness on breast cancer. Joining us this evening on Success Statements from BMC Global Life, it is Bahraini Olympian, the elite swimmer, Samira Al-Bitar. Skilled in gauging the depths of the ocean, passionate about a sports so popular, famed enough with the repute of representing the country in the Olympics. a seasoned triathlete and an elite swimmer who represented the Kingdom of Bahrain in Olympic Games in Athens 2004 and Beijing 2008, Samira Albiter, joining me this evening on Success Statements from BMC Global, a show that features people who make a difference. Samira, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks. And Samira is joining us this evening not only as an athlete or an Olympian, but also as an ambassador for this very special month, the month of October, which is marked aside to celebrate the Think Pink season. She's the ambassador of the Think Pink D for D challenge. As we all know, October is a month that the world sets aside to remember, to celebrate, and to create awareness of one of the very serious concerns that the world is facing, breast cancer. And as we know, its global prevalence is high, and the need for awareness, early detection is very important. And this month, when the world decks in pink, we have Samira also decking in pink for the D for D challenge. Samira, let me start my show with this question on the D for D challenge. You are the ambassador for Think Pink, and tell me, what is it all about, and how do you feel about dedicating your passion and your interest for such a noble cause?
Yeah, of course. As you mentioned, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Think Pink Bahrain has created this challenge. It's called the Dinar for a Distance challenge, where people, anyone that likes to exercise or do any kind of movement, you pledge to do a certain distance in the month of October to try to raise awareness, to get people to move, to get people to become active, and then at the same time try to raise donations for the cause. So it's been a great collaboration working with them, and it's truly an honor to be part of this initiative and to be an ambassador, just because I have a huge passion for sports and I really believe in leading a healthy lifestyle. So I think it really resonated with me, especially that I've encountered many people who had cancer. So it was a great way to try to support the cause.
Right.
And try to raise awareness at the same time.
Interesting. It's called the D for D challenge, right? Dinar for distance.
Dinar for distance.
So can you explain that for the common person to understand, like what can I do?
Yes, so basically anyone that's interested in participating in the initiative, you go on the Think Pink website, you register and you pledge a certain distance. So for example, I pledged that I will cycle 100 kilometers in the month of October.
Okay.
And then I try to raise 100 BD, so it's like 1 dinar for 1 kilometer, and you try to get people to sponsor you to also add to the donations. So you can raise awareness by just getting active, or you can also pledge or sponsor someone to complete.
Okay, so it's a two-way. So if I want to walk a kilometer, it's fine. 10 kilometers, it's fine.
Yeah.
And if I want to support a person with a fund, that's also fine.
Exactly.
Right?
So there's different like studios, like cycling studios, F45. Everyone is being part of the initiative, and each gym, for example, is doing their own initiative. So like F45, they're doing their own challenge, trying to get all of their members to run a certain distance or run as far as they can, and then try to raise awareness, and then at the same time try to raise donations for the cause. So it's really a very nice concept, especially now with COVID. A lot of people have gotten into sports. People are realizing the importance of movement, exercise. So it's been really great to see the feedback that we've been getting and the collaborations that people are doing, and people are trying to get into this challenge. It's been really great.
Mm-hmm. Okay, nice. Very nice that to see that you are taking a step into and becoming the ambassador for the Think Pink, because we're all gifted with certain talents in one way or the other, and I think it gains value or importance when we dedicate it for some noble cause like this, isn't it?
Definitely. I think especially because it's related to movement and it is related to sports, I really felt a true connection with this campaign that Think Pink has launched as their main campaign for this year. So each year they develop a specific campaign.
Yeah.
So this year the campaign is to try to get people to become active, because it's proven the healthier lifestyle you lead, of course, maybe the chances will be less of people developing different kinds of diseases. So it's a great way to try to get people aware about the situation, try to get people involved, and at the same time just trying to get people to lead a healthier lifestyle, which overall gives you a healthier body, and hopefully nobody gets this
Yes.
disease.
Yes, awareness is very vital for this concern, and I think Bahrain has a high prevalence of breast cancer. And it was just the other day, it came to light that, you know, there's a general thought that breast cancer is only related to women. No, it's not. It's among men as well. So I was very impressed to see men riding for the reason. I'm sure you must have read it in the Gulf Weekly.
Yes,
The
yes.
men riders riding in pink for a reason.
Yes, definitely, and it's something, you know, even if, you know, the man, he has a wife, there's a mother there, you
Indeed,
know, and it's
indeed,
very
yeah.
good that people are starting to become aware, especially as you mentioned, early detection, just raising awareness about the situation. People need to, you know, be proactive about it. So,
Right. And it's also interesting to see, like, off late, you know, the saying goes like, true men wear pink. Because pink used to be the girl color. And it's really nice to see men in pink supporting a cause. Interesting. So that being one reason that, Samira, you're here with me this evening, we cannot forget or ignore the fact that brings you here to the platform of success statements, you being the Olympian. And it's no mean an achievement. It's always a sense of pride, isn't it, to represent your country in such a platform. Tell us about your experience as an Olympian.
Yeah, of course, it was an honor representing Bahrain in 2004 and in 2008 at the Olympic Games. I have a background in swimming, and I was very fortunate to be able to represent Bahrain in the swimming event. And of course, it's an out-of-this-world kind of experience. I think you have to be there to really know what it means, because I will not be able to replicate the experience that I encountered. But it's really great to see so many athletes from all over the world getting together, and you know, you leave everything aside. So it doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter what your religion. Everyone is just, you know, as one, trying to compete and just enjoying their time being there. So it's a really global event that's very. It has a special place in my heart, of course, especially that the Olympics just happened a few months ago. It was really nice to watch. It was reliving these experiences.
I'm sure you must have gone through the memories, right?
Yeah, definitely. And just because seeing the team that went from Bahrain, I'm also part of the Bahrain Swimming Association as a board member. So it was nice to see our swimmers there representing Bahrain, just hearing about their experiences. And of course, with COVID, things are a bit different. But it's still nice to see how excited they were, how the experience that they got when they came back. So when you go there, you learn a lot, even though you're there only for a short period of time, but you are with the best athletes in the world. So it's a very nice experience to be able to see what they do, how they train, how they're competing, the different mental aspect to it. You know, there's so many different topics that you touch and you see, especially like mental health. This Olympics, it really came up as a big topic with different athletes taking a step back because of mental health. So it's really good for athletes from here to go see what the best in the world are doing and try to get motivated for us to also reach that level.
All right. 2004, and it's like almost 16, 17 years before, right?
Yeah.
And of course, you just mentioned COVID has also brought in so many changes. But overall, tell us your observation about how things have changed in the Olympic scenario over almost 2 decades.
Yeah, I don't think I will take this as an example, because I hope that this will be a one-off case, and then things can hopefully get better and things can go back to normal. But one of the main things at the Olympics is spectators weren't allowed. You know, so a huge part of being there is the people that are cheering for you. So this is a huge difference for athletes that went, for example, this Olympics, and versus, for example, when I went, when you see all of the stadiums are full, people are cheering. So I'm actually very curious, because, for example, when I went, I was very nervous because there were this many people. I wonder if the opposite happens when there aren't that many spectators, or do you feel the same nerves, or it's just I'm sure things are a bit different, but still at the end of the day, you are at the Olympics, you are representing your country. It's a very proud moment.
Yes, indeed. So, and also things have even otherwise changed, isn't it? Technology-wise.
Technology, yeah, a lot
more
of
streamlined. Organized,
definitely, and just it's nice to see how each country, like the village that they build, the different stadiums, the different technologies that they have. Looking at the Olympic ceremony, so seeing what the opening ceremony show is, it's really nice to see the transformation and the development of it, and then of course introducing new sports. Seeing all of these things, it's a very nice feeling to see that each Olympics is a completely different experience, but at the same time, it's very similar in many different ways.
Right. That is Bahraini Olympian Samira Al-Bitar joining me this evening on Success Statements from BMC Global. Let's take a short break.
Every piece of jewelry tells a story. Its raw beauty speaks of its natural origins. The brilliant design speaks of unparalleled craftsmanship. Its elegance evokes the passion and energy of those who wear it. At Al Siraj Jewelry, our story, our pride.
വിഷമിക്കണ്ട എല്ലാം ശരിയാവും
ലുലു മണി സ്നേഹപൂർവ്വം.
Welcome back to Success Statements from BMC Global Live, and with me tonight is Samira Al-Bitar, Bahraini Olympian and an ambassador to Think Pink's D for D campaign this month. Samira, tell us a little about what brought you into this sport of swimming. You know, there were many others. Like, is there anything? And tell us about.
Yeah. So basically, I started swimming from a very young age at school. At the age of 6, I started swimming, and then my parents always used to push me to do sports because they were also into doing sports. So it was always something that they really supported me doing. And then I started trying different sports, but swimming was the sport that I fell in love with. So in 2002, Bahrain started their first women's national team, because back then there was only a men's team, and in 2002 a women's team was created, and I was part of the team, and that's kind of where my journey began with swimming. So I was very fortunate to be able to swim alongside many other Bahraini girls, and we got to go to different competitions, whether it's the Arab Championship, the World Championship, and I was very fortunate to go to the Olympics as well. From there, of course, I still swim till today. I do triathlon now, so it's a bit different. It's swimming, biking, and running, but the swimming element is still there. But since a very young age, swimming has always been a part of my life and a part of my childhood. So I used to do swimming, basketball, soccer, any kind of sport. I used to enjoy being involved with. But swimming was the thing that I really stuck with and focused my energy on. And then after I graduated from high school, I studied in the States. So I was also able to be part of my college swim team. So that was also a really great experience, because you really see how, for example, in the States, it's a completely different environment, how they train, how they're, everything is just very different. So it was really nice to experience that and then come back here and take my experiences and then just keep going. I think swimming, the beauty of swimming is you can do it at any age, and it doesn't have that much impact on your body and your joints. So I hope I can keep swimming till a very old age.
Yeah, may God bless you. That's a very sweet desire, you know. Well, only someone who is really passionate to something would say that, you know, want to do it till the end. I can feel the passion in your eyes and in these words. May God bless you to achieve that desire of yours.
Thank you.
Tell me, Samira, about sports and women. Well, it's no news these days. We have women in every sport these days. But it's different from the time that you came in, isn't it? let's go through your experience or observation of how the society has embraced the concept.
Yeah, definitely I can see a tremendous change, and it's a very proud change to see. You know, I feel when I was swimming back in 2002, it was a bit different than to the environment that is available now for women. So back then it was still a bit more conservative. It wasn't really something that was that acceptable. So I know a lot of my female friends that were swimmers, they couldn't, for example, swim in front of men. Some parents would take out their daughters. This is, I know of a few cases in countries outside of Bahrain. For example, when they reach a certain age, they no longer want them to be a part of the team. But fast forward 20 years later, it's a completely different environment. We've recently had, this weekend, had a few races, and it's incredible to see how many women have started taking up the sports, how many mothers are taking up the sports and putting their children into it. So it's really an amazing thing to see, because back then it would be like a few people that are racing, and today, for example, you see 100, 200 Bahraini women that are competing. So it's a very proud moment, and it's really a historic moment to see this many women participating in such events, when you see 20 years ago it wasn't that common. So it's really nice to see that the healthy lifestyle is being adopted. People are really trying to get into it, and it's nice to see, like, a lot of, for example, in triathlon, women that didn't have backgrounds in swimming, they maybe never swam, they're really working so hard now to try to get into it, and they're really very motivational, because you see somebody that has never had a sporting background at 30, 40, 50 years old, they're trying this new experience and they are doing amazing at it. So it's really wonderful to see the shift and the change, and I really believe the more women that get into it, the more the younger generation gets into it, because usually the mother is the one, you know, not in most cases, but I feel the mother will really push very hard for her daughter or for her son to get into sports. So when she does it, also the kids see her as a role model. They want to do what their mom is doing. So then it has a roll-on effect. So it's really tremendous to see the amount of women that are actually participating in sports here in Bahrain.
And also, correct me if I'm wrong, also the sense of health, like healthy aspect, has come into sports a lot, right? Especially women have started. What do you think? This is just my observation. Do you agree with me?
No, I agree. I think people are becoming very health conscious.
Yes.
Yeah, even just seeing the different restaurants that are popping up in Bahrain, a lot of them are very health conscious. You have gluten-free, vegan. So people, I think, the mentality is changing, where people are becoming more health conscious. They're realizing the amazing effects of moving, of exercising. So it's really, I do see that.
And sports has been really into mainstream in terms of than a racing or a competition. That's what I was trying to communicate, because back in my school days, you know, a running or a swimming was just a race for the annual sports event. You know, you really don't practice around the year unless and until you're really committed and passionate. But nowadays, I think women especially are taking to sports, not only for a competition mode, but also for the healthy lifestyle.
It's more of a lifestyle. Like, I've seen all of these women have been training so many months to just keep active, and because now there are a lot of different events and different opportunities, so you don't have to do triathlon, for example. There are cycling races, running races. There's different kinds of sports that people can get into it, and it's not difficult. So anyone that is interested, they do have the opportunity if they have the will. You know, if they have the motivation and the determination, they can definitely adopt this lifestyle, and the competitions just become something to see where you're at to work towards your next goal.
Yes.
So it's definitely, I agree with you, whether it's just a healthier mindset, more health conscious, but also in terms of keeping it as a long-term solution. It's not like, oh, I'll just do this race and then it's over. So it's been a really nice change to see. Even just going back a few years ago, we didn't see this many people, men and women, and now it's a completely different environment, especially after COVID. The number of participation has really increased, and it's really incredible to see how many people start to becoming more active. And to me, it's wonderful to see, because before I would go cycle and the roads would be empty. Now the roads are full of cyclists. The pools are packed with people swimming. You see a lot of people walking outside, people running. And I don't think I used to see that before. I don't know if you have a different view.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. And I was about to tell you about the walkways, you know. And Bahrain has always been in the forefront of providing healthier facilities for people to take to. And we can really see the numbers going up on the walkways, and that to women walkers, you know.
Definitely,
all
definitely.
these walkways.
And hopefully now with swimming, there is a new swimming pool that's in Bilaj Al
Bilaj,
Jazair.
yeah.
So hopefully people also have access to swim in the sea, but in a safe
Yeah,
environment.
that was something really beautiful. And Jazair Beach is a very popular hangout for the entire country.
Yeah,
And,
so it's wonderful to see, because
it's an Olympic-sized pool, right? If I'm not mistaken.
yes, there's basically two pools: an Olympic-sized pool, which is a 50-meter pool, and a 25-meter pool as well.
Yes.
So there's two swimming pools, and it's completely closed off. So it's in the sea, but you don't get
into the currents.
You don't get
risk is limited.
yeah, no
yes.
jellyfish. Jellyfish is a big fear of mine. So like no jellyfish. So it's a great initiative, and I think the more facilities we have, the more opportunities people will will gain out of it, because then they have other places to train in.
Right. You were a part of the Royal Life Saving Bahrain, right?
Yes,
Previously,
yes. I used to work at Royal Life Saving Bahrain, and it was a beautiful experience, because it was a cause that's very close to my heart, which Royal Life Saving Bahrain is there to prevent drowning.
Water safety
And drowning prevention. So given my background in swimming, I'm very passionate about that aspect of it as well, to make sure that when people are going swimming, they are in a very safe environment, and they always realize, especially if they're going out in the sea, even in the pool, there are different factors that could be dangerous. Because a lot of the drowning cases that happen could be prevented. So it's a very nice initiative that Royal Life Saving Bahrain is doing, and hopefully with each year we see that the drowning rates are becoming less. Indeed. And the population is becoming more equipped with life-saving skills and swimming skills, because swimming at the end of the day is the only sport that can save your life. So it's a very essential skill that I believe, but also maybe I'm biased, people should learn how to swim.
I remember you always telling me this, recently I think the Royal Life Saving Bahrain has launched the campaign of #It takes 20 seconds, highlighting the fact that it only needs 20 seconds for a child to drown if unattended.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and it's a very short period of time. And
yes.
I think before joining Royal Life Saving Bahrain, I never realized how quick somebody can drown. And I'm a swimmer. It's a fact that I should know. So it's very great from Royal Life Saving Bahrain that they're raising awareness about different factors that could affect someone's life, because really a lot of the times it's somebody's not supervising the child correctly, different dangerous factors that could be mitigated. So it's very important for people to start becoming aware of these small facts that could save someone's life.
Right. On that note, before we take a break, I must explain to the audience, Royal Life Saving Bahrain, or RLSB, is Bahrain's first water safety agency, and kudos to Sheikha Naila and her team, and my very good friend Sam Rahman, who are really, as Samira said, and I echo her sentiments, they're out there creating awareness on the importance of swimming safely, and luckily or fortunately we are reducing on the rates. And Samira has been a very active member of Royal Life Saving Bahrain. Before we hear a little more about her personal aspects, let's take a short break on success statements from BMC Global Life.
All your favorite products under one roof in Bahrain at 27-year-old Megamart and Macromart. Bakery, fresh meat and fish, fruits and vegetables, sweets and snacks, ready-to-eat foods, dairy products, grocery, or consumer goods. To have a wonderful shopping experience, please visit your nearest Megamart Macromart branch. Megamart and Macromart, full of goodness.
Welcome back to Success Statements from BMC Global Live, and this evening we have with us the very beautiful Samira Albitar. Samira, as we come to the last segment of the show, we would love to hear about your family and any role models in life.
Yeah. So basically, I'm very fortunate. Both my parents. I have two siblings. I have a younger brother and a younger sister. They're all very active, and they're all completely very supportive of my personal journey, my sporting journey, my career. So it's been wonderful to get their support, because I think without them I wouldn't be where I am today, especially in terms of sports, because there was a time when I was younger where I really wanted to quit because I was getting a lot of negative press, negative feedback. It was something that really got to me as a kid, and if it wasn't for my parents, I don't think I would be where I am today. So I'm very, very thankful.
Parents are always magical, right?
Yes, really. Like they know how to push you, and they know how to support you.
Yeah,
at the
balance.
same time.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's kind of my family, and then at the same time I'm married, and my husband is here, and he's also very, very supportive of my career and my sporting journey. So especially when I used to work at Royal Life Saving Bahrain, I was looking to go into a change, just try something different. Because I had a background in finance and sports management, I was thinking about doing different things just to try to develop my skills. And if it wasn't for my husband, I don't think I would have taken that step to try to get out of my comfort zone and try to challenge myself to do something I'm not used to. So I'm very thankful for him, because he really pushes me, and he tries to get me to experience different things to figure out what I want to do.
What do you do now?
Yes, so now I work with Ernst & Young. I'm a financial analyst in infrastructure advisory. So it's something completely different than everything that I did the past 10 years. So it was a very big decision for me to leave Royal Life Saving Bahrain and then make that jump, because at the end of the day, I'm 31 years old, and I'm going into a position of somebody that just graduated from university. So it was a very big decision for me to take, but I'm so thankful for my husband, because I needed that change where I can push myself and learn a bit of financial skills. And now it's been around 9 months, so I'm working with Ernst & Young as a financial analyst, basically.
Great. What are your future goals?
My future goals, to be honest, there's different kinds of goals. So in terms of my sporting career, I want to stay injury free.
Okay.
I want to make sure that I can prolong training. Of course, I love to exercise, so I use my training as my daily exercise, and then just try to improve my times in the different competitions that I do. That's in terms of a sporting front. And then from a career perspective, I definitely want to develop different skills. So right now I'm really trying to focus on developing my financial skills. So I hope within a few years I have a bit of a better background in finance, given that I did graduate with a double major in finance and sports management, but I have zero experience in finance. So for the next couple of years, this is kind of what I want to focus on in terms of my career aspect. And then in terms of personal, of course, I do want to start a family eventually, so this is definitely something that I want to do. Hopefully, if it happens, when the time is right.
All
So
right.
that's kind of my goals in the three different sections.
All the very best to all your goals, and yeah, if there is a will and if there is grace, which is there always in abundance, you would definitely achieve all this. What would be your one advice to young and aspiring women swimmers?
I think swimmers and anyone in general, I think they need to put themselves out there and really try. You know, I think I meet a lot of people that are too afraid to take that step, and I was at the same position when I switched, for example, from swimming to triathlon, and definitely I had a support system that pushed me to take that step. So I hope that young girls in any kind of sport, if this is of their interest, I hope they're motivated and determined to reach that goal that they set out, because they will be able to achieve it. It just needs consistency and determination.
Thank you very much, Samira. That was a very beautiful evening. Thank you for joining us. Can I have your wrapping comments, please?
Yes, thank you so much. I would like to thank you, of course, and the whole Bahrain Media City team. It's been a pleasure to be here with you today.
Thank you, Samira. You have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. A woman that's a combination of skills, passion, and a heart to dedicate her passion and skill into a noble cause. That was Bahraini Olympian Samira Albitar, also the ambassador of Think Pink's D for D campaign, on success statements this evening from BMC Global Life. Until we meet next week with yet another guest, this is Rajiv Unikrishnan signing off. Good night.
All your favorite products under one roof in Bahrain at 27-year-old Megamart and Macromart. To have a wonderful shopping experience, please visit your nearest Megamart Macromart branch. Megamart and Macromart, full of goodness.
With our stunning collection of fine jewelry, gemstones, pearls and diamonds, fine pieces in timeless designs and unspoken elegance. Al Siraj Jewelry, our story, our pride.
NEC Revit. Send money online to India. Credit in seconds with great rates. Download NEC Revit app now.
വിഷമിക്കണ്ട എല്ലാം ശരിയാവും.
Lulu Money, സ്നേഹപൂർവ്വം.
The exclusive franchisee of Cochin Kala Bhavan in Bahrain, with over a decade of existence in Bahrain. Exclusive online regular classes have started for classical dances, music vocal, instrumental music, cinematic dance, Kathak, Zumba body fitness, karate and yoga, drawing, arts and craft, children's theatre. For more information, please call 3909 6845 3909 4806 3885 2397 or visit www.bahrainmediacity.com. Since 2006, Magnum Imprint have been offering high standards of quality with our professional team that delivers all your advertising and promotional requirements efficiently and promptly. For more details, please contact 39887088 or 33856330 or 33542530.